Good morning, Steve Jolly with Benchmark Realty, and welcome to the Music City Show. We are so glad to have you on the show this morning. And we also want to say thank you to our loyal listeners who continue to tune in and watch us every week. So we've got some interesting things to talk about this morning. I think you'll really enjoy it. So let's dive into that right now. So what we want to talk about today is if you plan to sell, then you need this roadmap. So we're going to be talking today about the things that you need, the important things you need to do up front before you even start the process. Now, Bill Gates once said that most people, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And it's even more true in real estate. And so in the short term, we tend to think we can do a lot more than we really can. And that's why, and you see that all the time. People get ready to sell their home. They think they can get it ready to sell in a week or two, and it actually takes a little bit longer than that if they're going to do it right. So they minimize their time on the market and they minimize the amount of headaches they have and they want to maximize their price. You need to do some planning ahead of time and get everything lined up to make it much easier for you, the overall process. And so that's what our smart seller system is all about. It's about making that process easier for you. And that's because real estate is a complex series of steps that need to be done in a specific order and at a specific time in order to be successful. And the other thing too is that there's hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people that are involved in that process. So there's thousands of reasons why it can get derailed or even stopped or just completely knocked off the tracks. And so that's what our smart seller system is designed to do. It's designed to reduce your frustrations, reduce your headaches, save you time, and save you money. And that's that first step in the process. So I'm going to talk about what's important to you about this process. Well, the first part of it is what we learn is learning about you. So we're going to base our plan based on your needs, your goals, and your timeline. It's not about us and what we can do. It's about what you need. And we're also going to plan with the end in mind. So we're going to start with the end and work our way backwards to make sure we have all the steps and we have plenty of time to get everything done. Then we're going to organize it for you and we're going to present the plan to you in written form. Not only so you can see it and you can have it, but so it's completely transparent and you know what to expect every step in the process. And that prevents a lot of frustration for you as a home seller. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to manage the plan for you. And the first part of that is providing professional oversight. So we're going to keep an eye on not only on the plan and what we're doing and what you're doing, but we're going to keep an eye on what all hundreds of these people are doing that touch your home sale along the way. So we're going to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're doing it on time and they're doing it right. We're going to follow up with them and make sure it's all done correctly. We're also going to develop contingency plans because we know that not everything always goes to plan. And our experience has taught us where those things are most likely to go astray. And so we'll put plans in place at each of those parts and we'll explain it to you ahead of time so it's not a surprise to you. And then throughout the process, we're not going to hand you off to another team member or to transaction coordinator or anybody else. You're going to have one point of contact, which is going to be us, Gretchen or I, throughout the process. So that'll save you a lot of time and it'll make sure that you're aware of everything that's going to happen and it gives you some security that it's going to be done right. And then the third thing I think that's really important about our smart seller system is we're going to provide the resources for you to make sure you can accomplish your plan. So we have a vast network of professionals, not only just attorneys or contractors, but we have people that are specialized in doing certain things. So we have, not only do we know contractors, but we know plumbers, HVAC techs from various companies that specialize in different things. So we can make sure we have the right person out there, the right appraiser, the right attorney, the right contractor, the right handyman, right person for you and for the job. And then over the last 15 years, we've developed excellent relationships with these groups of people. And so that really, what that means to you is it saves you money in the process. So we're going to make sure you get the right person to do the right job at the right price. So if you have any questions about the Smart Seller System, or you want to start planning early, because you can't really plan too early, then go ahead and give me a call. Text me at 615-257-9996. Once again, 615-257-9996. We are always here for you. So that is our Smart Seller System, and what about it that I think is the most important to you. So let's now move in to the market update part of the show. I think you'll find this pretty interesting. Some interesting trends are starting to play out. So sales, over the short term, we're seeing a slight increase in sales, especially back where we were in April. We're seeing the sales start to increase, but only slightly at this time. A lot of that has to do with our inventory, which we'll talk about in a minute. So over the short term, we're seeing good news, but over the long term, over the last year, we're still down 15% in sales. And much of that has to do, in my opinion, with the inventory levels. Speaking of inventory, we record those as new listings that are hitting the market. So new listings are also increasing, especially when you compare them back to where we were in March and April. And over the short term anyhow, but over the long term, year over year, we are down 10% from where we were last year. And if you looked last year, we were down 10% from where we were the previous year. So our inventory levels are significantly down. So we really need new listings in the market. So if you are thinking about selling your home, keep that in mind. Also keep this in mind. The demand out there is really strong. And showings is just one part of that demand. It's an indicator that somebody is interested enough to get out of their house and go view a home in person. So over the last couple of months, we've seen a really strong increase in showings year over year. Over the long term, we're also seeing a strong increase. So we're 15% over the number of showings of where we were last year. So there is a strong amount of people out there in the market looking for homes right now. And they're taking action too, and that is even more illustrated in the number of homes that are going under contract. So we've seen a strong increase in the number of homes going under contract since April. We've got about 3 months worth of data that's all been increasing, steadily going up. I expect this to peak about this time, or maybe in July or August. So don't expect this to keep increasing throughout the end of the year, because summer is always our peak of the year and the holidays are always our slowest part of the year. But year over year, compared to where we were last year, we're up 36%. So people are taking action on homes. Keep in mind, though, that about 20% of the homes going under contract are new construction. So they are not going to close typically in 30 to 45 days. Those are going to take a couple of months, maybe 8 months, maybe even a year before they're ready to close. So that's why you don't see these homes under contract immediately turning into sales. But they are coming. So let's talk about prices, because that's something that everybody's concerned about and it affects everyone. Over the short term, prices are increasing, and even over the long term, we are up. Even in this type of market, we are up 3.2% over where we were last year. So the median price, so far for June, we probably have about 2/3 of the amount of closings in the books already, and we are up 3.2%, or a median sales price in Nashville of $319,000, which if you go all the way back to April of 2019, you're not going to find one that's higher than that. So it's good news for the prices. And if you are concerned about the price of your home, an easy way to find out what your home might be worth is to go to my website, NashvillePrices.com, enter your address, click the Find Out button, and you'll get up to 2 immediate automated values. You'll get them instantly, And then if you want a custom value, I'll follow up with you. Just let me know if you want one based on the unique characteristics of your home, based on the improvements that you've done on your home since you've owned it. I can give you that price and tell you what I expect it would sell for. And with thousands of these done over the last 15 years, you'll find I'm fairly accurate with that, especially when you compare me to appraisers and other agents out there. Finding out what your home will sell for is important. Easiest way to do that is go to NashvillePrices.com. So next week on the show, we're going to be talking about the next step in that home selling process. So today we were talking about planning. Next week is we're going to talk about actually getting your home ready to sell and how to avoid those common mistakes. There's several common mistakes people do when they're getting ready to sell their home, and we want to help you avoid those so you can save time, save money, and have the least amount of headaches in your home sale process. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate our loyal listeners. Look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, peace and love, y'all.